Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing? We are the Grays. We are the Grays. I'm
Hello,
Dr. John Gray.
hello.
That is my lovely, lovely wife, Dr. Angie. And we are here celebrating today. We are celebrating because we are launching our book, More Than a Conqueror. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the stream real quick so that you can see that. Yes, it's right there. More Than a Conqueror, inspirational perspectives on perseverance and resilience. We have outstanding authors who have come and shared their stories. They laid it on the line, and I am so happy and so happy that this was the group that came together for this, for such a time as this, for such a time as this.
Yes,
So
for
right
some
now,
time is
Angie,
this.
you want to say hey to the folks?
Hello, everyone. It's so good to be here. I'm so glad that we are able to have this moment together. And I'm going to give a little bit of my age here. I want to say that with Cal Burnett, she used to say, I'm so glad we had this time together. Well, I'm getting excited about this time that we are about to have together. So thank you so much for joining us. We are grateful that you are here, and we know that this is going to be a wonderful experience. So thank you for joining us for such a time as this.
For such a time as this. Today is going to be, we have launched our book, and I am going to be putting that in the chat so that you can grab your copy. Today it is a $1.99, $1.99 to get your copy. So I'll be putting that in the link. We are on our way to the road to bestseller status, and I can't wait. I can't wait to see what the Lord has for us today. And we have somebody on here that said, "Hello, beautiful people.
Yes,
Hello and
hello,
blessings to you
hello.
as well." And my brother Dave, Deacon Dave Martin, good afternoon to you, brother, as well. So what I'm going to be doing, I am going to be turning over the hosting duties to my wonderful, capable, able, wonderful, outstanding, beautiful wife, Dr. Angie. See, I had to give all those superlatives, sweetie.
Wow, all of those superlatives. We're
Yes.
already married. You don't have to keep doing all that. All right. This is a wonderful, wonderful platform that we are getting ready to get a chance to meet our authors. And when I tell you these are some exciting authors, these are some amazing authors. I think what I'm going to do first is just tell you what each of their names are. We have Miss Pelly Honkin. She is our featured author. We have Coach Tion Singletary. We have Miss Jody Solberg, Miss Bernice Johnson, Sonia Howell Barrow, May Cervantes, Vanessa Simmons, and of course, Dr. John and myself. So thank you so much, everyone. We are getting ready to really dive in and get a chance to meet and greet each of our individual authors. We are so excited about More Than a Conqueror. And the reason that we're so excited about this is that More Than a Conqueror is a compilation of stories. But what I can tell you is that even though there are stories that belong to other individuals, as you read these stories, you'll start to feel that you are part of the story. You will start to feel that the story is somehow resonating with you because there's a piece of you in this story. And I believe the reason for that is that there is nothing new under the sun. And when we say there's nothing new under the sun, we want it to be clear that so many of us have similar stories. The only difference is that many of us are holding those stories inside and not releasing them to the universe so that they can do the job that they have been called to do. And when I say that, I mean that stories have been called to tell not somebody's business, but to share their story, to share their hope, to share their strategies, to share their resilience. It's the purpose of adversity. Adversity is the thing that holds us together because so many of us can now relate to one another and we can empathize with one another. And we get these things such as patience and kindness and love. But one of the things that often go missing is empathy. So I want us to just take a moment and think about how it is that we can connect with others and that we can relate and understand that we are all connected in one way or another. And as we listen to these stories will begin to resonate with you because, again, you will be able to see yourself in the story. Now, more than a conqueror was the title that we chose because some of the stories that we are going to delve in a little bit deeper in the book are very, very interesting stories. But more so than interesting, they are stories of resilience. And they show where each person has gone through something really deep, something really uh, unexpected, yet they came through on the other side of it. And that's the most important part of it. We all are going to go through storms, but the difference is that we'll be able to go and get to the other side of the storm. And as we get to the other side of the storm, that's where we must really thank our faith and thank our resilience and thank our strength and our courage that we were able to just push through. And so often we run into problems where we feel like giving up. But these stories are reasons for us to keep pushing through, because on the other side of that fear, on the other side of that adversity, on the other side of that test is triumph and victory. And that's where we get a chance to say that we are conquerors. So I want us to be mindful of that. And I want us to hear the blessings in the experiences that will be shared with us today. We all have experiences, we all go through things. But the most important thing is that we must learn that there is no growth in ease. Our growth takes place when we are out of our comfort zone, when we are in the middle of a situation. My husband likes to often use the analogy of a tea bag in hot water. That's when we come to know what we're really made of and what we're made for and how we can get through to the other side. The other side may feel like it's a ways to go. It may feel like it's really far away. But what we have to understand is that if we just hang in there, if we just push through, if we share some perseverance, if we just do our part and stay focused, we can get to the other side. And on the other side is where the joy comes in. Yeah, see, weeping may endure for the night, but joy comes in the morning. So push through the side of darkness, push through the nighttime side, and get through to the daytime side, to the morning. That's what these stories are all about. And we are excited because our book, More Than a Conqueror, can be found on Amazon. And today it's $1.99. We need everyone listening to hop on, grab that ebook, and make sure you put this in your library. We want to make sure that it's available to you. And more importantly than that, we want you to be able to share with your sphere of influence. Share with them this link. Ask them if they can also jump in and help us with this venture, because this venture is never about us. It's never about money. It's never about any of those things. What it's about is just being able to glorify his name and to show the growth that we all can obtain, that we can turn our obstacles into growth. We can turn our obstacles into opportunities. And that's the
Sorry about everybody. My wife just had a malfunction in technology. We know how that goes. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, and as she logs back on, we are going to bring in our first author. Our first author, this is our featured author. And we call her the queen of gratitude, the queen of inspiration. And I am so happy that she's a part of this particular project. So what I would like to do is I'm going to bring Dr. Angie back on, and I'm going to bring my good friend, Sister Pelly. And there we go. She should be joining me right now, and Dr. Angie will be joining me right now. Okay. So I'm going to take my solo off, and that's what you see.
Awesome. Look at there, our featured author, Miss Pelly Hunkin. How are you, my dear?
Oh my gosh, can y'all hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes, we
Yes,
can.
indeed.
Yeah.
I was just about to share, because I don't want you to miss your time, but I was about to share this poem that I believe can be a blessing for us. And it reads as follows. I've been so many places, occupied many dark spaces. I've seen and done a lot of things. My armor got some dings. Heard a lot of stories, had cause for many worries. But no need to worry. This is my story. Felt a lot of pain, no need to explain. Experienced so much hurt, sometimes wore it like a shirt. Covered it with smiles, but carried it for miles. Full of so much disappointment, realized it's about my appointment. Weapons formed against me, opened my eyes to see. God's got my back, no need to feel lack. He will use it all, even when I fall. He will lift me up and fill my cup. Watch me grow as the seeds I sow. Yes, it can be hard, but He is my guard. When I open my heart and actually start, He will never leave those who believe. When I do my best, He'll do the rest. All I have to do is trust, ignore temptation and lust, put on His armor and fight with His power and might. I'll be more than fine. I walk with the divine. My heart is open, no need to be moping. He is the Lord of my life, and I am mother and wife. With so much to handle, He lights my candle. Even when I'm under assault, He reminds me that I am His salt. I have His grace, mercy, and favor. I simply add my own flavor. He allows me to be me for the world to see. He never leaves or forsakes. I know there are high stakes. I'm doing my part, and it's from my heart. It's too soon to quit. My spirit is strong and lit for such a time as this. All right. I just wanted to share that poem with us, and I hope that that is a blessing to someone. And as we get ready to bring on our next author, because I am one of the authors as well, I'm one of the co-visionary authors. So that was why I took a moment out to share that little snippet from my chapter. But I want to introduce to you Miss Pelly Hunkin. She is our featured author, and she is speaking to us on the topic of FLY, FLY, which stands for First Love Yourself. Miss Pelly Hunkin, I would love for you to just take a moment out to introduce yourself. I don't want to give away too much of the story, so I'm going to be quiet while you get a chance to introduce yourself and begin to talk to us about your experience with this anthology. Go ahead.
Ooh. Yes, well, first and foremost, I always want to give God all the honor, praise, and glory for this amazing opportunity, for me to be a blessing to other people. And thanking you and Dr. John for this golden opportunity for me, to be able to tell my story and share God's glory. And so I just want to say talofa to all our amazing listeners. My name is Fapi Pele Hunkin, but I go by Pele for short. And Pele in my Samoan language means sweetheart, and that I am.
Yes, you
And,
are.
and so I just don't want to. I'm so ready to go into my chapter and just talk about this anthology. That I just want to say I am a mother of four beautiful children. I'm a widow. I'm a retired Army retiree, and guess what? I am a vessel of love and positivity. So let's go. I'm ready. That's it.
Yes, thank you so much for your service, by the way. And you continue to serve. I have to say that you are one of the most grateful people I've ever encountered, and definitely one of the most positive people. So I love to hear you speak of yourself as the vessel of positivity, because that's exactly how I would describe you. So as we are sitting here and we are really looking at our anthology, More Than a Conqueror, can you talk to me about what the experience was like for you to put a chapter in this anthology?
Yes, the experience for me was absolutely phenomenal. And I'm talking about from the beginning of why I wanted to join, as a matter of fact. Um, it's because of the title itself, More Than a Conqueror. That did it for me because I know what God has brought me through. And I know, what God has seen me through. He's seen me through it all. And and so with More Than a Conqueror, I said to myself, I am more than a conqueror. And with this anthology, with how you and Dr. John put this project together, you guys made it so easy, for me, well, more for the first time authors. And so my experience has been amazing, should I say. Yes. And I just want to say thank you again, for this amazing opportunity. And I just can't thank you and Dr. John enough. And I am truly blessed to be on this journey with you guys and with, the co-authors. It has been an amazing journey. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Pelly. You have brought so much to our group and you have contributed in so many ways. So I just want to publicly thank you for all that you've done. You've done so many wonderful things and you continue to be a blessing. And one of the things that you mentioned, we put the emphasis on the word this anthology. We did that for a reason. How about if you tell us about some of the other things that you have been working on? What are some other things you've been working on?
Um, for me or for us for the anthology?
For you.
No. Well, today, I just want to say that I'm very grateful to God that our anthology is my seventh anthology. And then on Saturday, I will be launching my eighth anthology with the amazing Dr. Larry. He is the visionary and he's the CEO of Signature Entrepreneurs and Mastermind. So we launch on Saturday and at 07. So I want everyone to join me again on Saturday at 07 Eastern Standard Time. But the biggest project that I am working for. I don't want to cry because this is really big for me. And this is my first solo project. And it's, I'm feeling all kinds of emotions. And that's what I'm currently working on, launching my first solo project, my dream, Heart of a Warrior, the humble journey of a Samoan warrior. Ta-da!
Nice. Congratulations. That's beautiful. Thank you so much for
Yes.
sharing that piece of yourself with us. And a lot of people would say, well, why she got her talking about other anthologies? Well, because we want to share your journey, and part of your journey doesn't always end and begin with the same place, at begin and
Right.
end with the same person. So I just wanted you to just take a moment out for that and take a bow, because you should be congratulated for and celebrated for the
Yeah.
effort that you have put into each and every one of these anthologies. And
Yeah.
I think I'm going to start calling you Queen Anthology, because because you have done a mighty work in terms of that. And as you share with us briefly, what's the basis of your story of the chapter in More Than a Conqueror?
Yes. My chapter is like you said, fly. First, love yourself. The Let me say the best decision I ever made. And to add on to the more than a conqueror, that's why I chose that topic, because like I said, more than a conqueror, is such a title, that just resonates with all that I've been through. And I said to myself, this is it. I am more than a conqueror. And so I chose this chapter because of what I was going through. I don't want to give out all of my chapter. I just want to give a little snippet, for all our listeners. But let me tell you, I implemented Fly 2 years ago, and that was based on my relationship. But with this chapter itself, for more than a conqueror, I want you to get this book. This chapter right here, along with other amazing authors, is going to help you change your life. My chapter is going to move you. My chapter is going to inspire you. It's going to motivate you to do better for yourself, because that's what I had to reactivate my fly, on 2022. I had to reactivate that fly, that first love yourself, and apply it to every aspects of my life. After being diagnosed with, a heart disease. And then I said to myself, this is it for me. I am going to fly harder than I ever had. So yes, that's a little bit of my chapter that I want to share with our listeners, and our readers. And I just want to encourage you that, when you read my chapter, you're going to learn how to fly. But if you really, really want to learn and, to know all the scoops about it, you can reach out to me. But get the book. I want you to get this book, read this chapter, and all the stories that are in this book is going to change your life. Yes,
So
that's it for
that's awesome. Very awesome information. I can't wait to see the reaction of those who read your chapter. They're going to be first in awe, and then secondly amazed by your strength and your courage. So you let the cat out the bag a little bit by saying that you want people to reach out to you. Talk to us about that. How should they reach out to you?
Yes, I want them to reach out to me on my Facebook, Pele Hunkin. You can inbox me, Pele Inspire on Facebook, Pele Inspire on Instagram, and hit me up on my website, peleinspire.com. But let me tell y'all something. This is the thing right here. I just want to bless the first 10 people. The first 10 people who will inbox me right after I speak, or the first 10 people, I will bless you with a Kindle copy. I know we all go through something in life, but the first 10 people, I would like to bless the first 10 people who will inbox me, and I would like to bless you with a Kindle copy.
All right, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Thank you so much, Kelly. That's awesome. So, another thing that I wanted to just get a chance to talk about briefly is, what do you think would be the most important reason for our audience to stop what they're doing right now, hop online, and purchase a Kindle copy of our book?
Because like I said, all the stories of all the amazing authors, we all got to, come in here and just be vulnerable and share our stories, because we all want you to see how we overcame, how we became conquerors. And we want you to know that you are more than a conqueror yourself. Everything, that all the strategies, all that we are sharing, is because we want you to get to where we are. We want you to, to help you get out of your own way. and we want to help you step into your greatness and own your greatness so you can, say to yourself that, hey, I am the CEO of my life. I am the boss of me. And that's what's going to happen, when all these readers and everyone is going to look into more than a conqueror. They are going to be blessed. Every eyes that's going to read, every heart that's going to read, the heart, they will, this book will touch their hearts. That's all I'm gonna say. And it's gonna, change their lives. And I just pray that when you read every story, that you will take that moment for yourself and reflect on yourself. Think about all the challenges, think about all that you have been through. And I encourage you to be grateful for all those moments, because all those hard times, all the challenges, trials, and tribulations that we go through in life, it molds us to who we are today. So, yeah, just always have an attitude of gratitude in all circumstances.
Wow, that was amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. Now, as we get ready to close out and bring up our next author, is there anything specific, any encouraging words that you want to leave other than those encouraging words that you just left? Because that was really encouraging. But if you have more, I'd like to give you the floor for at least a minute where you can have a chance to just have an intimate conversation with our audience.
Yes, thank you. And this encouragement moment is about my chapter. Like I said, it's fly, FLY, first love yourself. I want you to know the importance of loving yourself, because that's what this chapter is all about. I have to learn to love myself more than I ever had before. And I want you to always remember that when you love yourself, you will be able to share that love, with other people, and love on everyone. That's what I say. Don't set no boundaries, because with God never had boundaries for his love for all of us. And so I just encourage you to fly, to always fly high. First love yourself, and that is very important. And I will just continue to tell you that, because that's what happened to me. I just had to learn to love myself. And I am just so grateful, to God for this amazing, amazing gift of writing, this amazing gift of telling my story to share his glory. And I encourage you to do the same thing. So, once again, the first 10 people who will inbox me, 10, not 11. I said the first 10. So, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, go, and let's go.
All right, awesome. So we have put the link up, and you will be able to go to Amazon and grab that link, grab the actual ebook for $1.99 today. But I see that we have Amina Muhammad, and she is in the UK and
Yeah.
asking for us to make sure we put the UK link up there. Look at
Oh,
God working all over the
she got the first.
globe. So yes, my darling, we will definitely get it in there for you. We'll send out the UK link as soon as possible. All right, so that's awesome. I just want to take a moment to holler to some of our guests.
Yeah.
I see we have a Soleil Use Autry. I'm
My brother
hoping
again. Remember?
I was going to say, I hope I'm not jacking that up too much, but welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for supporting Pelly. And when you support Pelly, who is my sister, you didn't know it, but I'm your sister. So thank you for supporting us. We appreciate you. And then I see, as I mentioned, Miss Amina Muhammad.
Love
She
you, me.
is on the line with us. There are many on the line with us for whom I cannot see. So if you want to be acknowledged, just drop a hi in there or something so I can just let everybody know that you have joined us and that you are supporting us in this effort. I love you, love you, love you. We appreciate you, and we are grateful for you. Your brother says, Pelly, thank you for supporting and showing love always. And yes, she does show love always. And thank God she has you as a brother who is supportive of
Yeah.
her and gives her love. Holler at your brother for a second, Pelly.
Gabe, thank you so much. I love you. I'm always so grateful for you always being, supporting me on here. And I just want to take this moment. I just want to be, I just want to say thank you to every single soul that has been a part of my journey. I can't start naming everyone. You know who you are. I just want to say thank you. I love you. And I pray for God's blessings upon you. And hey, it's up from here, and I'm just so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for you, and I love you, bro. Thank you, Mina. I love you, girl. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. So the wonderful news is, Pelly, is now you get a chance to sit back and enjoy the rest of the launch event. Thank you
Yes.
so much. We appreciate you. We are grateful for you. And oh, I can't wait to hear the reactions and get the reviews of your chapter, because I know you are going to bless the masses. So thank you so much. We're getting ready to move forward and talk to our next author, who is Coach Tion Singletary. All right.
All right. Love you guys.
Love you. Appreciate you. Waiting for my host to bring up the new author.
Okay.
And meanwhile, as we're doing that, please hop on over to Amazon, grab this link out of the chat box here, hop over there and make that quick purchase. The purchase will take less than 2 minutes and less than $2, and you can be a blessing to this wonderful group here. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And we are now looking forward to speaking with our next author, who is Coach Tion Singletary. Apparently, our host must be having some challenges here, but we'll keep it moving. Let's try to bring up Coach Tion Singletary. Hello there, my brother. So good to see you. All right, can't hear you. Give us a moment while we can get him unmuted and we can hear. Let's see. Coach Tion, something's going on. Do you see are you able to click on the mute button to unmute yourself? And by the way, as we're waiting for him to be able to be heard on his own, I just want you all to know that he is serving through the military, and he is off, not even on the map here in the United States right now. He is in Germany, and I'm so excited that he is still partaking in this venture, in spite of the fact that he is miles and miles and miles away. But I appreciate you, and I'm grateful for you. The beautiful thing is that Coach Singletary was with us on another anthology, and he came back for the second one, and I'm just grateful. Thank you so much for joining us again. I'm going to show your beautiful face here on our last one, because you were on our other anthology. I thought I had it handy, but I guess I don't, so maybe I won't show it. But I thought I had it. I don't have it handy, but anyway, let's try to get Coach Singletary back online. I do see that we have a couple other of the authors that are here, and they have joined us as well. Shout out to May, one of our authors. There we go. I heard you that time. Uh-oh, lost you again. All right, I am not sure what's going on. Can you hear me? You can hear me? Let's see. Let's do this. Let's see if we can resolve your issue. Let's put you backstage for a moment, and we'll try to resolve your issue. And then May, if you're ready, not May, I'm sorry. Jody, are you available? Jody, are you up? Hello, how are you? Bernice, I wasn't expecting you. Bernice is ready to go. All right, host, go ahead and send somebody. There's Jody.
Hello.
Oh, and I can hear you nice and strong. Hello,
Good.
how are you, my dear?
I am wonderful. Thank you so much. I am so
Awesome.
excited to be here for our launch day today and so grateful and blessed to be a part of this project with you.
Yes, and a part of this project you have been. Thank you so much for giving of yourself, sharing your story, and just being available to serve, because that's what this is. That what we're doing is actually service. You are a servant leader, and I'm so proud to be part of your team, part of your journey. I just want to thank you publicly for everything that you brought to our group, and thank you for just, like I said, being willing, being a willing vessel. And I know that I'm going to cheat by telling the name of your chapter, but I'm also going to ask you to jump in shortly thereafter and bring us up to speed on what this really means. So, the title of your chapter is Breaking Free from Burnout. And I want to introduce to you Miss Jody Solberg, who's going to really tell you who she is, because I'm just going to gloss over and tell you her name and let her jump in and tell you who she is. All right, come on, Jody.
Thank you so much, Dr. Angie. Like I said, I'm so grateful to be here. And yes, my chapter is Breaking Free from Burnout. And it's my story of overcoming chronic burnout. It's something that I didn't even realize for many, many years was a problem. And a few years ago, on what I now know was that third major burnout period in my adult life, I decided to make some major lifestyle changes because what was happening is I was just so busy all of the time, like so many of us are. I had such a full life and I was always adding things up on top of each other and working really hard and go, go, go all of the time. And I wouldn't listen. I wouldn't listen to my body. I wouldn't listen to those subtle cues.
I
And
can
then I would
relate. I'm
crash.
guilty.
Mhm. Most of us can, honestly. Right now, burnout rates are the highest that they've ever been, especially after the pandemic. It's just gone up. Everything has skyrocketed. And so at least half now of people are going through burnout, and about three-quarters will sometime in their life. And I'm coming from, the mental health profession. I've been, working as a mental health professional and also always had a side business as a consultant and a coach. And so I just had these two careers. I was, a military wife. We were moving and, dealing with deployments and all of that, and a caregiver in my family as well. And we play so many roles in our lives. We just have so
Absolutely.
much, don't we? And we
Absolutely.
don't even think about what it's doing to us. And so I wasn't listening. I wasn't listening to those signs when they were coming up. I didn't even realize that the symptoms were because I was in that chronic state of stress and busyness all of the time. And then my body would shut down. And then I would say, oh, I need to take some time. I would recover and I'd go right back to it again.
Wow.
Right back to the old habits. And like say, old habits die hard. And so I realized in 2019, 2018, really going into 2019, that burnout was really getting me. And by the end of 2018, I knew what was going on. And so 2019 was the year of the shift for me. And so that was the year I decided I was going to really revamp my life and shift my lifestyle and decide to really make it supporting my overall health and wellness. Mental health and our physical health are so tied together. And so I decided to make those changes. And so my chapter is my story of how I navigated through that, how I recovered, what I do now to prevent it, and how I help other people do the same thing.
Wow, you said a mouthful there. And when I tell you it resonates with me, trust me, it resonates, because I had worked in a career for over 20 years.
Mm.
And when I tell you burnout is real, I know that it's real. The struggle is real. I know from firsthand experience. So I want to thank you for being willing to share that story. But more importantly than that, to be willing to share the antidotes and the preventive things that people can do. So thank you for that. And as I mentioned earlier on, you are a servant leader. So thank you for being that military wife. Thank you for being that caretaker, because as you are those things, yes, they require so much of you, but they also tell so much about you. And I want to thank you for your service. But as we move forward, as we're continuing to talk about this anthology, More Than a Conqueror, you conquered that. And I'm grateful that you are here today to share that story and to share those anecdotes. But I want you to speak to our audience a little bit about what the experience was like for
Mhm.
you to participate in this anthology. Like what inspired you to do it? And then how did you find the experience itself?
This was an incredible experience for me. I actually became a part of this anthology because my friend Pele
Okay.
was a featured author and she invited me. And she and I actually met when I did my first anthology. So this is now my third that I have contributed to and told different stories, different parts of myself. And being able to share this story was something that I felt really strongly about, having now overcome that and gotten through it and seeing so many other people going through the same struggles. I really wanted to be able to get that message out to more people. As you had mentioned, it was really important to know what those signs are, what those symptoms are, how to recover, how to make those shifts in our lives. And so when Pele had invited me and said, "Hey, we'd really love for you to be a part of this," first I was so honored that she thought of me, and we just had such a great connection. When we had done that first anthology. And that's one of the things that I love about being a part of projects like this is building relationships and building connections and getting to know all of you on a deeper level. And it does open more doors to be able to share more of ourselves and more of our story. And so I jumped at that chance and I loved the name, being More Than a Conqueror, because it's so indicative of those struggles that we go through and how we can overcome them, how we can conquer them, and we can become more than what we are in this moment. We can get closer to who we were meant to be and to being able to find our purpose in the things that happen in our lives that can be tragedies or they can be challenges and hardships, and being able to take that and to conquer that to me means to learn from it and grow from it, and then as a servant leader, like you said, to then be able to go out and share it with everyone. And so that's really why I decided to be a part of this. And the process has been wonderful. You and Dr. John have been incredible with just mentoring us through this process, walking us through step by step, being so hands on, which I have really appreciated. It's an intimate group, and I really enjoyed that. I thought that was a really smart move because you were able to really walk us through and guide us. And we have people like Pele who've been in so many different anthologies and now has her own book coming out, or me who is relatively new and had a couple experiences as an author, all the way to some of the people who never had been authors before. And this is their first time sharing their voice and speaking out. And so just being a part of this group and knowing that I'm going to have connections now that are going to last a lifetime was really precious to me.
Wow. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. And what I'd like to do in our last closing moments with you is two things. One, I'd like you to share with us how we can connect with you. And secondly, I'd like you to close out with some really inspirational words for our audience. And I want to, again, just thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you. Well, I would be honored to connect with anyone who does want to work on their own holistic wellness, mental wellness, physical wellness, again, being so tied together. And burnout has a lot to do with both. And if you're struggling with any kind of a challenge that you would like some support around, reach out to me. I would love to be that person to just listen and help guide you to what kind of support you might need to help you explore some of those options. Again, as a therapist and a coach for so many years, I know what it's like to go through different struggles. I've helped so many people through different challenges in their lives. And so my business is called Psyched Up Success. And you can go to my website at psychedupsuccess.com. You can connect with me there or here on social media. So you can absolutely find me on Instagram and Facebook, again, at Psyched Up Success. And as me, you can direct message me as Jody Solberg as well. And just let me know that you would like to have a conversation. And I'm very, very open to that. And then I also would like to give everyone a gift today, because I actually just taught a Beat Burnout Now masterclass last week. I have a free group on Facebook. If anyone would like to come and check that out, they can watch the replays of that class. My Facebook group is called Purpose, Passion, Path. So you can check that out. And I have a gift of a download today that I would be happy to give anyone who is watching us, which is my Beat Burnout Now guidebook. And that is going to walk you through some of those tools that I was talking about, knowing what the signs and symptoms and the stages of burnout are, and give you some tips and some strategies to be able to recover and prevent. So that is my gift to everyone today. You can reach me. Yes. So that's something that was very timely. It was just meant to be, it was perfect divine timing that I had just taught that class. And now here we go with this beautiful book launch to be able to share that story. And I want to encourage anyone who is watching this to really put yourself first, because as servant leaders, we need to be at our best to be able to give our best. And it is my belief that it is so important to really guard and protect our own energy and our own health so that we can give others that overflow. Because unless you take care of you, you're not going to be able to do your best work and to fill your purpose of why you're here and what you're meant to be. And so that is absolutely what I want to share today, is just know that it is not selfish, that it is not taking away from anything or anyone to take care of yourself. It really is selfish not to be honest, right? It's selfish not to, because you are holding back your best by putting yourself last. And so make that mindset shift today, turn that around, and really start looking into how you can support you. And I would be happy to be one of those resources if you so choose to reach out to me. So thank you again. Thank you, Dr. Angie. Thank you, Dr. John. Thank you, all of my co-authors, for being a part of this project with me. It has absolutely been such a gift.
Awesome. And thank you for those beautiful gifts that you have left to our audience. I'm so excited for them because I know that's some good stuff. And, as you were speaking, I thought of a situation that I recently had. One of the things that I want people to know, like you said, self-care is not selfish. In fact, it is selfless, because I found out the hard way as I was in ICU for over 10 days trying to figure out how to get back to this place called life, how to get back on the journey. And what I found is you can't help anybody if you're in a hospital bed. You can't help anybody if you're in 6 feet under. So we must learn to take the proactive self-care role. Thank you for reminding us of that. And when I tell you that resonates with me, that really does, because that was something that I recently had an experience with. And I'll tell you, it makes all the difference in the world when you put yourself first. And so Pelly just told us that we have to learn first, love yourself. And then now you have reiterated that by saying, put yourself first. So there's clearly a theme here that we need to be paying attention to. it matters. It definitely matters. So thank you so much, Jody. It was great to talk with you. I'm so thankful that you gave our audience those gifts. And we see right now, scrolling at the bottom of the screen, psychedupsuccess.com. That's where they can reach out and find you. Thank you so much, my dear. Take care.
Thank you. Take care.
All right. So we have had another brilliant author who has joined us, and I'm so excited about all of the gems that are being dropped. We got some nuggets of wisdom and jewels of thought, and just some wonderful things. I see that we have Coach Tion on with us, and I'm just going to let him just jump right in, because we had some difficult challenges, some technological challenges. So Coach Tion, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Please say that you
And
can hear
I
me.
can hear you. Yes,
There
yes,
we go.
yes. All
If there's
right.
a God. Yes, there is.
There is a God. Yes, yes, indeed. Okay, I have done a lot of yakking, so I'm just going to step out of your way, Coach Tion. Introduce yourself and just talk to the audience for a moment about your chapter.
Sure. Thank you, John Gray, Dr. Pastor John Gray, and Dr. Angie Gray for being the visionary of this amazing and life-changing book. I mean, I'm just telling you, everyone, you need to go and purchase the book right now. While I was on this call, going through all the challenges that I was going through, I decided, hey, why not go ahead and purchase the book myself? So guess what? If I can do it, you can do it too. But this book, again, my name is Coach Tion Singletary, and I am just in awe of what has transpired here so far during this show, and what you are going to receive when you read every single story that is in this book. I just know with no shadow of doubt in my mind that something is going to bless your spirit. All that you got to do is go online, spend just $2 lousy, and get the ebook and start reading. That's all I got to say about that, because I know that it's going to change your life. Because look, every morning when I wake up, I always say that today is a great day to be alive. And today is a great day to be alive because God has made this day to be a great day for you to live. So go ahead and say to yourself right now, while you are listening and watching us live on all the platforms there is in the world, say to yourself, I am greatness made from greatness. Say it to yourself loud and proud. I am greatness made from greatness, because you are. And you have the ability inside of you to conquer every single thing that comes your way, because you already been born and built for the season that you are in right now. You just got to step out of your fear. And that's the title of my book, Conquering Your Fears. And in that title, I'm going to give you 5 steps to success. Yes, just 5 steps, 5 baby steps that you can take. And I guarantee you, if you take those 5 steps, you will become a conqueror. If you don't believe that you are a conqueror, which I believe that you are a conqueror, but if you just have some doubt in your mind you're not, then just do these 5 steps, and it will build your confidence in who you are and whose you are in God. You just got to step out of the box. You got to step outside of the comfort zone, like I did on my trip to go to my cousin that's across the world, across the globe. I mean, I went on a train ride for hours, y'all. Train. I'm not from the city. I don't get on trains. I drive my car. Right? But I had to face my fear and get on a train to travel 6-7 hours to visit my cousin that I haven't seen in a while. Yes, there was a lot of fear. I had to change to different carts. Didn't know what I was doing. There is an English barrier. Everything on the wall was in a different language. Look, I was lost in the stars, but I did it afraid. I did it afraid, and I got on and I went. But halfway inside of my travel, halfway there, I started getting a little afraid because I got lost just a little bit. I stepped outside of the train. And I looked up and I just saw people going left and right and going everywhere. And it was a big station. I never seen a train station as big as an airport. That is unheard of in my thoughts, in my small thinking. So I got lost. I got disoriented. So what I had to do was I had to stop, refocus. And I had some time to do that. I had like an hour delay, so I had some time, right, to refocus myself. So I said, you know what? After walking around for a couple minutes, knowing that I'm lost, I said, I'm lost. I'm done. I went and find me a restaurant, got me something to eat, sit down quietly, drink my new soda pop I never drank before, and ate me some food. And just to relax. And after I relaxed, I looked around and I became aware of my surroundings. And I began to go through the preparation stage that I did earlier before this trip. And I was able to, okay, get back energized. Let's do this. Let's conquer this fear. And I went back out there. And I got on the
So
right train.
you implemented your own plan?
I created.
I love it. I love it. Keep
When
talking.
you move that fear out of the way, it helps you to create your plan. But you just gotta get outside yourself, just focus and take action. See, the first step was this. I had to be aware. Which is step one. I'll give you step one of the book. You got to be aware. Awareness is key. Step two, one of the things that I did was I prepared myself. I already knew that I was going to take this trip months before. So I went on a small trip with some friends to learn the way. Then I found out there was an expert in our crew that had been traveling all the time. So I went to him, hey, you, I need some help. What does this mean? What does this mean? What do I do when I see this symbol? And he taught me.
Never be afraid to ask for help. I love that.
Hey, the worst thing you can do is not ask for help. You have to ask for help. And I did that. And that was my preparation stage. So when I got into that rut of being lost, I came back. Ooh, I've been made for this. I've been training for this. I got this. Let's do it. And I made to my destination. Why? Because I took action. This is step 5. Yep, I didn't give you step 3, and I didn't give you step 4. You got to get the book to get step 3 and step 4. Step 5, I took action. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that there's something in your life you need to take action on. I don't know what that thing may be, but I know and I feel that there's something that you are waiting for all your ducks to be lined up. You are waiting for the right moment. You are waiting for someone to say, let's go. You got this. But the thing is, you were made for this moment. And you are more than a conqueror. The question is, will you step out in faith and do it afraid? Will you conquer your fears? It's up to you. You have to answer those questions. I believe if you take time to reflect and think, you have already conquered fears already in your life. Just remember those moments and take those lessons that you have learned in those moments and apply it in your life. You are greatness made from greatness. It's time for you to step out of your shell and allow your greatness to shine, baby.
Wow. Thank you. Look, you did the whole interview for me. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Now, just tell us how to reach out to you. How do we connect with you?
Please, you can connect with me on Facebook. You can connect with me on Twitter, on Instagram, just at Tion Singletary. Very simple. T-E-O-N. Just like Leon. Drop the L and add the T. Tion Singletary on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. You can find me on as Coach Tion Singletary, or you can visit my website at www.tionsingletary.com. And I guarantee you will find a way to get with me. Listen, this is the first live I have done in months. So I'm like a pit bull that was chained up and locked in, and now I'm free, baby. So let's go and let's get it.
All right, let's go. Let's get it. Thank you so much, Coach Tion. That was awesome. Thank you. Thank you, my brother, for joining us for not one, but two anthologies. We look forward to seeing you in the next one, too. So get ready. Get ready. It's coming. All right. Thank you. Love you,
Thank
brother.
you. Appreciate
All
you.
right. Take
Love you.
care. All right. And then what do you need our audience to do right now? You need them to head on over to this
They
thing
can
called
head.
what? Emma what? Emma what?
Let me see. Amazon. Amazon. That's it.
Amazon. Okay. What
Go
you
there.
want them to do when they get over there?
When you get over there, I want you to purchase the book. And once you purchase the book, I want you to take a picture of it. When you take a picture of it, I want you to send to my email, bless@tionsingate.com, and I got a gift for you. I'm not going to tell you what that gift is. If you want to find out and figure out what that gift is, email me an image of you purchasing the book. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you what the gift is. I can't hold it in. I'm too excited for it. I got to give it to you. It is a free training of my chapter that I have done when we first met. I first met John and Angie at a speaking engagement. So it's going to be that teaching that was 10 minutes and some more good stuff for you within the training. So email me a copy of your receipt of just take a screenshot of you saying, well, I show you, thank you, your name for purchasing the book, and send it to bless, BLESS, at tionsingatory.com, and I will give you lifetime access.
Oh, right. Awesome. And when I tell you, I was truly blessed. We were truly blessed at that speaking engagement that Coach Tion spoke of. Listen, I had tears running down my face when we were listening to that. So you will be blessed. Head on over to head on over to Amazon. Pick up the book, $1.99, and then send a screenshot of it, a picture of it to Coach Tion at bless, BLESS, at, tell me again,
tionsingatory.com.
Tion Singletary. All right. I love it. So .com. So please make sure you take care of that business. We are going to go ahead and let you go, because what time is it there, Coach Singletary?
Oh my God, it is sleep time. It's 11 o'clock p.m.
All right. I know. Time to go to sleep. Get some wings. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for your service. Thank you for taking time out to really share your story and to give us those anecdotes and some good things that we all can try to get to the place where we make ourselves the better version of ourselves. Thank you so much, my brother. We love you. Take care.
Much love.
All right. We are now at a place where we are once again shamelessly going to plug that we ask you to head on over to Amazon and pick up the link is in the chat. Pick up a copy of More Than a Conqueror, the ebook, for $1.99. $1.99. And when I tell you it's worth every penny, it's worth every penny. So please join these authors in showing your love for them and support for them by picking up a copy of the ebook, More Than a Conqueror. So at this time, we are going to bring up our next author. And I just want you to know that this is something that we have been waiting for a long time. So give our authors a really nice, warm welcome. Say some encouraging things in the chat box to them. And I say that because this is one of our first-time authors. And as a first-time author, I know it was just a little different. So I'm going to introduce to you Miss Bernice Johnson, who is then going to tell us her story, her chapter, and bring us up to speed. Bernice, it's so good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us today. And not just today, but thank you for joining the anthology, girl. You have brought so much to the plate. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Hi, Dr. Angie.
Hello. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I am well. Well. Thank you so much. So as I was mentioning, I was going to ask you to just share briefly with our audience, just who is Bernice Johnson? Talk to us.
Well, Bernice Johnson, a little lady town outside of in South Carolina. We're a little less than maybe a little over 800 people. Um, Born and raised there, been there all my life. Just decided to move to the capital city just a few years ago. I'm a
Nice.
I love to journal, and I still do country riding, sightseeing, so that kind of gives me motivation. And can you hear
Very nice. Very
me, Dr.
nice.
Angie?
I can hear you now. Yes, you went out for just a second, but I can hear you now. So it's, as I understood you to say, you are someone who loves to journal, which really does my heart good, because when you journal, it just becomes a part of who you are. So as we are looking at the anthology More Than a Conqueror, tell us how that journaling played a part in your inspiration to be here and be a part of this anthology. Talk to me about that.
Yes. Well, my journaling,
So it looks like we're having a little bit of a technical difficulty, but as we were waiting for Denise to get back on, I want to share with you the title of her chapter, which I thought was amazing. It's From Crisis to Clarity. And I love that title because how many of us have found ourselves in crisis and then at the other side of the crisis found clarity? So I just thought when she presented that title to me, I was just in awe. I was amazed. I was like, wow, I love this chapter. I must have said it to her about 10 times. I love this title. So, Bernice, I see you made it back to us. Thank you so much, my darling, for persevering. And that's what it's all about, right? Because we are more than.
a conqueror.
There you go. I love it. All right. So, talk to us about your chapter.
Well, my chapter is From Crisis to Clarity. And I picked that title because it actually resonated with me. It actually coincides with the anthology being that is called More Than a Conqueror, because I've just spoke to a dear friend of mine that kind of reminded me that sometimes you go through crisis and storms, not for yourself, but to be a blessing to someone else. And that allowed me to share my story, knowing that my crisis can clarify something for someone else that's going through, because their situation is being told through my story.
Love that. Love that. And thank you for being willing to do that. Because when we deal with difficult situations and we're in crisis, a lot of times we don't want to talk about it. We're not ready to talk about it. But you did one better. Not only did you talk about it, you wrote about it. And I want to thank you for that because that was courageous. That was bold. And we appreciate it because you are going to do just what you set out to do. You said you wanted to bless somebody, and you will bless plenty because of your willingness to do that. So thank you so much for doing that. I want you to also just talk to us a little bit about what this process was like for you. What was the process like for you in terms of being part of this anthology?
Well, the writing process for me was actually therapy, because as you
That
get to chance to read my chapter, you will notice that there are some wounds that's still healing, and I had to relive some of those painful moments. So I had to rip off some bandages for a wound, that scar that's still bleeding, to be able to share my story, because I know for sure that my story is not just isolated to me, but it's going to be a blessing to other people throughout the globe.
Wow, you said a mouthful there. Wow, thank you. Now that was simply phenomenal. Thank you for acknowledging that. One of the things that I love about this whole anthology stuff is that we have been allowed to be vulnerable. We've chosen to be vulnerable and to be transparent. And your transparency and your vulnerability definitely show up in your chapter. So the people who are reading your chapter are going to be truly blessed by that, and your work will not be in vain. And when I say your work, I mean the internal work that you had to do to get to the point where you were able to write about this. And I have to say, so courageous. Thank you for that. And I want to just, if you would, as one last closing piece, I want two things from you. I'm going to ask two things. And one is, how can we reach out to you? How can we connect with you? And then the other one is, if you could just leave our audience with some parting words, some encouragement, something that you were able to learn and transfer and transform into something that you can share that is a blessing to them.
Okay, awesome. You can reach out, the audience can reach out to me on Facebook and Instagram at author Bernice Johnson.
Love that. Author Bernice Johnson. All right.
So it's just Johnson at Instagram and Facebook. Or yes.
Awesome.
But I just want to say, whatever you're going through, just stay encouraged. That God may free you as someone else from a burden. He made a high, and he knows he wants. Also, that there are storms that you go through in life, but that storm may be to shelter somebody else from the rain. So just always stay encouraged, stay focused, a rainbow at the end of every storm.
Oh, right. Wow. I love that. That gave me the chills, Bernice. There's a rainbow at the end of every storm. Oh my goodness. That was amazing. That was worth the price of admission.
Yes.
And with that being the price of admission, I'll just reach out one more time to let everybody know the price of admission is only $1.99. Head on over to Amazon.com and order your copy, your ebook Kindle copy of More Than a Conqueror. This has been one of our authors, one of our elite authors. She is a first-time author, but when I tell you, you'll never know it from her chapter. You'll never know it from her chapter. She has given from her heart. She's been transparent. She's been vulnerable. And she's kept it real. And I love that. Thank you so much there, Bernice. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you. And you keep on doing what you're doing to add value and contribution to the universe. Keep it up. And we'll keep your family and our thoughts and prayers. And I just want to take a moment out to just read a couple of the comments that I'm seeing. Tian says that writing and drawing is my therapy. Thank you, Bernice, for sharing your story with us. Jody says that she is excited about the fact that you were able to, that she's reading everybody's chapter. I'm kind of paraphrasing here, forgive me. And I just wanted you to know that May says that she loves journaling too. So I'm so glad that we have so many people that understand the value of journaling. There is truly value in journaling. Jody says that writing can be so therapeutic. Oh my goodness, it really can. So she's acknowledging exactly what you said. You said it was a therapeutic experience. My husband often speaks about his experience with writing his book, one of his solo books, and he says all the time, this was a cathartic experience, meaning that it makes you go deep within and pull out that inner author. But one of the things that I love that you said when you were speaking was it allows you to take that Band-Aid off. Let it get some air so it can heal, because it can't heal until it gets the air. So give it the air that it needs, and the air that it needs is this anthology. Head on over to Amazon.com, $1.99. Just go ahead and order that right now. Love it. Thank you so much. What's Pelly saying to you? Oh, Pelly's talking about the wonderful places that this story is that is resonating with people right now in the UK, Fiji, in the Philippines, in the house. All right. Let's give them some a hand clap, some applause, because we are reaching all corners of the globe. It's just simply amazing. Again, Bernice, thank you so much. We can have people reach out to you at author Bernice Johnson, correct, on Instagram and Facebook. Is that correct? All right, that's good stuff.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I have a listening ear and an open heart.
I love that. A listening ear and an open heart. Please get your time with Miss Bernice Johnson. You won't regret it. Spend a few moments talking to her, purging. She's going to be able to help you move past tragedy, move past crisis, and find that clarity. Reach out to Bernice. She has a listening ear and an open heart. I love it. Thank you so much, Bernice. Take care. And you did great. I'm so proud of you. All right.
Thank you.
Girl. I love it. All right. So, more than a conqueror. Please make sure you pick it up. We do have I see we got our next author on there waiting for us. But before I do that, let me just finish my thought. $1.99, Amazon.com, More Than a Conqueror. Oh my goodness, look at this beautiful young lady, Miss Sonia Howbarrow. Thank you so much for coming on, my friend, one of my best-selling authors, also a first-time author right now, but in the midst of writing her solo project, her memoir. Oh my goodness, I stole some thunder. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, but I got so excited. Sorry. How about if you take a moment out and just simply introduce yourself to our audience? Are you muted? Not muted. All right, let's see if we can get you. Still can't hear you. All right, hold on. Let's see if we can get the host to work out this little problem here. Okay, say something. Can't hear you still. Uh-oh, let's see if you're sending me a message. So as we are waiting for our technical problems to get resolved, I'm going to ask you to go to Amazon.com and pick up a copy of our ebook, More Than a Conqueror. So please, let's see what's going on, Miss. All right, Sonia, try it again. Let me see if I can hear you. I'm still not hearing you. Can you hear me? You can hear me. Wow. Okay, this happened with Tian. I'm going to ask that you go out and then come back in. Let's see if we can pick it up that way. In the meantime, I'll just talk to them about the goal of tonight's meeting. So, all right, go on out and then come back in. Thank you, beautiful. So, we do have a couple of comments that are being made right now. Coach Tian says, Bernice, we are so proud of you. Jody says, yay, Sonia Howell Barrow is coming up. So we're looking forward to that. She's going to be coming up in just a second, having a few technical difficulties, but we're going to get her on as soon as possible. Jody said she loves that. She's referring to Bernice. She said a listening ear and an open heart. I love that too. I thought that was amazing. Kelly Humpkins says, I love you, Sister Bernice. So this is good stuff. All right, I think I heard you. Say something.
Say something.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yes. I'm excited. So that being said, I'm going to stop talking and let you jump right in. Tell us who you are, my darling.
My name is Sonia Howell Barrow. I'm a new entrepreneur. I am also a retired Chief Warrant Officer 5. I did 26 years. I served 26 years in the United States.
Wow. Wait. You served how many years?
26 years, 1 month, and 12 days to be specific.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. First of all, you don't look like you're over 28, so you must have started like around 2. Thank you so much for your service. We do appreciate you. We're grateful for your service. I'm sorry, I just had to jump in. Go ahead.
And what else? My educational experience, I have a master's degree in cybersecurity. And as far as my children, I have 2 children. Deshaun is my youngest. He's age 24, and Jaquez is my oldest. He's age 32.
Nice.
And I'm currently in Germany, broadcasting from Germany.
Broadcasting from Germany. Germany in the house. Nice. Yes. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. I can't believe the points of the globe that we are actually touching right now. Thank you so much. Talk to us about what made you choose to join this anthology project.
What made me decide to join it is because the title, More Than a Conqueror, is very powerful because everyone has a story to tell. So once I understood the reason behind the chosen name of the powerful anthology, I knew that it was something that I wanted to be part of, simply because I have a story to tell as well, right along with all the other authors. So naturally, it was only right and fitting for me to join the anthology. And thank you so much for allowing me to join.
Yes. And
a wonderful opportunity.
Absolutely. And you really brought a lot to the table. So thank you so much for that. And talk to us about what other project you're working on, because I'm really excited about that one.
My other projects that I'm working on?
Your memoir,
I'm
girl.
working on my memoir. Yes, ma'am. And the memoir is titled, She Is Me, Defying My Life's Obstacles by Not Becoming a Statistic. Originally, it was going to be 1 book, but I decided that I'll just go ahead with help from my son and then you as well. I decided that I would break the memoir down into 2 parts. Book 1, The Struggle is Real, and book 2, Smile for Me. And the smile for me, because I thought about, Tupac, smile. I can't sing, but smile for me, yeah. So I got the idea from that, yeah.
Nice. I love it. Love it. That's awesome. So how was this experience? How did you find the experience of working on the anthology? Can you hear me?
It faded out again. It went out. So repeat that. I'm sorry.
Okay. I said, so how did you find the experience of actually working on the anthology?
The process of working on it, it was actually difficult in the beginning because it was very emotional, because it brought back many suppressed memories. Because what I tend to do is like things that are traumatic or things that I just definitely want to forget about, I put them in the back of my head and the back of my mind, and I try to pretend it didn't happen. So to write my chapter as part of the anthology, I had to relive all of those painful emotions. But then I was able to understand how I was able to overcome all those obstacles, because pretty much I had a choice. Either the obstacle would make me or break me, which again, all that ties into the more than a conqueror, because I didn't allow any of my obstacles to break me. And so the intricate details of the things that I didn't allow to break me would be in my memoir. So you definitely have to buy my memoir. Now, a snippet of some of the things and some of the obstacles that could have broken me will be captured in my chapter for this anthology, Better Days Are Coming. Because of the many things that I endured, I knew that without a shadow of a doubt, better days would come. So that is how I came up with the title, Better Days Are Coming, because I knew by the grace of God, because I always think God ain't through with me yet. By the grace of God, I know and I knew that better days would come for me and my family, because everything I do, I pretty much do for my children and my family. And I want them to be, exactly, because I want them to be proud of me, and I want all of my success and all of my experiences and all of my knowledge, all of my resources, because I'm a giving person. So I just give to my family.
Yes,
why?
and give
Better
give
days
give
did
to the
come.
country.
Yeah.
And I
Yes,
mean,
and my country.
yes.
26 years, 1 month and 12 days active duty service for the United States Army.
Wow, wow,
I'm
wow,
a
wow.
soldier for life.
That's amazing. And not just a soldier for life, but a soldier who is a conqueror.
Like,
And yes, your story
ma'am.
is amazing. You don't look, you know how they say people wear their experience on their face? Girl, you are not wearing your experience on your face. You look wonderful. And more importantly,
Thank you so much.
The reason that I keep harping on how you look is because you're smiling. You are smiling through it all. And that is amazing. When you think about some of the things that you've been through, they were no smiling matters. So
no,
thank you for sharing.
I smile through my pain.
Yes.
And that's why book 2 is Smile for Me. Because through all of my pain, I had to smile. And my children and even my family and some of my friends, you know, they look at me and they think, oh, well, you know, she don't understand. She don't get it. You know, she had it easy. No, I did not.
No, you
and that's
did
why
not.
I want to share my story. My story is powerful because they look at the now. They don't look at 50 years ago.
Right.
You know, my story started from 50 years ago to today. My memoir, my anthology chapter doesn't. And that's the thing. It's like, yeah, look at me now, but the struggle was real.
That's so true. And you know, that's what people do. People look at the picture of us now and they think, oh, they had it easy. They had that silver spoon. Oh, they had it going on. They got it going on. But what they don't know is all that you went through to get to where you got to. And that's the important thing. It's so important that we learn that where we came from doesn't matter. One of the things that Pelly often says is, she says this all the time. She said, it doesn't matter where you started, but it does matter where you finished. And I just and that's so true. And you are the epitome of that. So thank you for being willing to share your story. I do have a couple of comments for you on Nashay Shaki Corbett Singleton says,
one of my best friends.
Okay, nice. Did I jack up her name?
Nashay.
All right.
Thank you for me.
All right. She says, power through the pain. So very proud of my friend. Tion said, ooh, I smiled through my pain. Pelly says, yes, amazing. Love it. I see you. That's from Tion. May says, you are amazing. Nashay says, I'm
Thank you.
so very proud of you. I take time out to celebrate people because it's important. It's so important that we learn to celebrate ourselves too. So you have done amazing things and you should celebrate them and you should be very proud of them.
Thank you.
And we are proud of you. You said that you do things for your family so that they can be proud of you. Can I get adopted?
Yes.
Can you like adopt me into the family because I feel like
You
I'm
know, a
part
lot
of
of
the
people ask
family
me
now?
that.
All right, good stuff, girl. Good stuff.
Thank
So now,
you.
what do you want people to do? What are you asking people to do? I'm just going to throw it out there. It starts with A.
So what I want the readers to do, I want you to believe in yourself and continue to live your blessed life. I want you to know that if God can bring you to it, God can bring you through it. I want you pretty much to ignite your fire within you. I want your mind, body, spirit, and all of your emotions to be bursting with fire. And when I say fire, because my tagline is fire, and it stands for fearless, inspired, resilient, empowered.
Ooh, drop
As I
that one more
read my
time. Drop that one more time.
fearless,
Fearless,
inspired,
inspired,
resilient,
resilient,
empowered. I want you to
empowered.
feel the fire in your body, in your mind, in your soul. And I want
Those
you
are
to know.
some powerful words. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Because with the fire, you're igniting the joy and love within
Very
yourself.
Yes, yes, yes. And what I love about that is we all have that fire in us. We just have to take time out to get in touch with it and let it get ignited. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Yes.
How can our audience reach you? How can they find you?
So they can find me. I'm on not all. I am on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. And I do have a website coming soon. However, my link tree has all of my websites to include my calendar, which that's the reason why I'm bringing up my calendar is because I would, for a limited time, will be offering a 15-minute consultation. And also the first 5 people that inbox me on Facebook, because I'll probably get to that the fastest, they will receive a free copy of my book. The first 5, because I'm a new entrepreneur. So I said the first 5. Yes.
I love that.
And pretty much I think the best overall method is my link tree, because it will have all of my social media platforms to include
Awesome.
my website.
Awesome. Now tell us one more time, what's the title of your memoir that's coming out? Because we want to keep an eye out for that. What's the title of it?
She is me, defying my life's obstacles by not becoming a statistic. And it will be broken down in 2 parts. Book 1, The Struggle is Real, and book 2, Smile for Me.
All right. Good stuff. Thank you so much. Oh, you were such a blessing to our group.
Thank you.
And I'm so glad we got a chance to become part of the family, because whether you like it or not, I'm like part of the family now. So me and
Yes,
Dr. John, we're
ma'am.
like, yeah, we part of the family. So you did an awesome job. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for being vulnerable, for being transparent. Thank you for your service. You have done so much to contribute value to the universe, and for that we are grateful. We love you, sis. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All
Love
right.
you too. And thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you. Take care. All right. With that being said, what an amazing author she is. That's Miss Sonia Howell Barrow. And as she mentioned, you can connect with her through Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. She's got a number of places to connect with her. Stay tuned for her memoir that will come out. But in the meantime, get a snippet of her story from More Than a Conqueror. And the title of her chapter is Better Days Are Coming. All right, thank you so much. And I see we have another author, Philippines, in the house. Yeah, Philippines. All right. We don't play games here at More Than a Conqueror. We reach the world. Thank you for joining us, Miss May, who has done a phenomenal job for us. She not only contributed a chapter, but she contributed a lot of her heart and soul into the work that she does, and she made it part of us. Thank you so much for that. Let me see if I can hear you, May. Can I hear you?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you
I
now. Music to
hear me
my
now.
ears.
Oh, yes. Hello, everybody.
Hello,
Thank you so
hello.
much.
So glad you could make it. Thank you. And what time is it there?
It's 5:33. So it's 5 o'clock in the morning here in the
In the
Philippines.
morning. Wow. I think you got the look, you all the way in tomorrow already.
Yeah,
I
so
love it.
it's
I
Friday
love
here.
it.
Happy Friday,
So,
everyone.
yes, happy Friday. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, May. May's chapter in More Than a Conqueror is From Depression to Determination. I love that title. Talk to us, May. Tell us who you are, and then tell us a little bit about your chapter. Don't give it all away, because remember, we want them to go spend that $1.99. So don't tell them all of it, but give them a little snippet, okay?
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Angie. So first of all, so I just want to thank God for this opportunity to be here. I'm so grateful to be here. It's my first time to be a co-author, so this is such a great blessing for me. So yes, my chapter is from depression to determination. Well, in this since I was a child, so I experienced a lot of pain or struggles in my life. There are times that I felt like the world was really closing in on me and everything just seemed so dark. But now I'm on the other side and have learned how to take control of my life with God's help. So really this chapter, it will because this topic somehow hits home to many of us, right? So we know that sometimes it feels
Absolutely.
like the world is against you and everything is falling apart at once. So we know that sometimes it feels like there are no people who understand what you're going through, and sometimes you can't even explain how you feel to yourself. And we also know that there are often people around us who actually care about us, but they just don't know how to really help us when we are, struggling. So, um, yeah, so I'm really so excited for you to read about this chapter because it has, I share. By the way, I'm mostly introverted, so. Um, it's quite a struggle for me to really share my story, but I did it anyway because I'm really thinking of, um, sharing my story to encourage, inspire others who are in similar situations or similar issues, especially when it comes to like depression or mental health. So, yes.
That's amazing. And depression and mental health have been around since the beginning of time. The problem is that we
Yes.
haven't talked about it since the beginning of time. We're just now
Yes.
really starting to have conversations about that and to be able to destigmatize it because it's something that we all deal with. I don't know why we make it such a big deal if we having a problem with our mind versus our body. It's all part of who we are. So we got to learn to have this conversation. Thank you for being vulnerable and being willing to talk about it. Thank you for your transparency. And I know somebody is going to be blessed from your story because your story is a powerful story. And I know you're a first time author, but you would never know it. the work that you did to create your chapter and to bring your chapter to life was absolutely amazing. So thank you. And I like to say amazing whenever I'm talking to you because it reminds me of you. Amazing.
Thank
Love
you,
it, love
Dr.
it, love
Angie.
it, love it. So now tell me, in terms of this collaboration, two things, like what made you choose to do it? And B, what was the experience like for you? Like you spoke a little bit, touched on both of those, but I'd like you to just kind of give a little more in-depth response to that.
Yes. So in this in this collaboration, so for me it's such a huge blessing because we have you, Dr. John, and Dr. Angie. So you are really amazing visionary authors, and
Well, thank
you have
you.
helped me so much in guiding me in writing my chapter. So it feels so good to be part of this powerful anthology, knowing that you have a very supportive the other authors are so supportive also to me, so I'm very grateful for that. So this book really resonated a lot with me, the More Than a Conqueror anthology, because it's really more on, perseverance and resilience. So, and it's so important to be able to see how others have overcome obstacles, and it's so inspiring to be reminded that you can, do it too. So I'm so grateful to be part of this collaboration. So it was at first it seems like difficult for me because I need to remember everything, right? The memories and everything like that, but
Those memories that we sometimes want to press
yeah.
down and keep them away. Yeah, I get it. Trust me, I get it. There's a lot of things I don't
Yes.
want to remember.
Yes, but I'm so grateful. But when when I was about to really finish writing my chapter, I feel like, wow, I can say that I am really more than a conqueror. So, and yeah, I'm just so grateful being part of this collaboration or this project with Angie. Thank you so much for guiding me
You are
here.
quite welcome. You definitely are more than a conqueror, young lady. So, as I got a chance to read your story, so much of it resonated with me, and you are going to be a blessing to so many. Thank you again, once again, for being vulnerable, for being transparent, for being willing to share your story. Because, as we said, mental health is one of those things that people don't like to talk about. So thank you for that. Two things. I'm going to ask you to kind of tell people how they can connect with you and then leave them with some parting words of encouragement. And I'm going to turn it over to you right now to do just that. Let us know how our audience can connect with you, and let us know some encouraging words that you can share with us that you know will be a blessing to others.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Angie. So, to connect with me, you can definitely visit my website. That's www.magneticsocial.com. Feel free to send me a message there. And by the way, whenever you grab a copy of this anthology, I'm giving the first 7 people who will contact me through my website. I'm going to give you a free consultation call. And so, by the way, I haven't mentioned, Dr. Angie, that I've been helping coaches, motivational speakers, and authors build magnetic and profitable brands with love, confidence, and ease. So, if you are
Love that.
someone,
Repeat that again. Tell me again what you're doing.
yeah, sure. So I just mentioned, Dr. Angie, that I've been helping coaches, motivational speakers, and authors build magnetic and profitable brands with love, confidence, and ease. So that's what I do. And I honestly, Dr. Angie, I just want to share to you that um, when I said yes to this anthology because I'm influenced by my clients. So part of what I do is actually to create strategic contents that would attract the clients or their ideal clients or customers. So this gave me the opportunity to know their stories, the stories of my clients, their brand foundation, and help them spread their message via social media. Now, when I witnessed that, I witnessed the impact or the transformations they have created. And I would say that they really influenced me. And that's why this made me a firm believer in the power of storytelling. That's the reason why, Dr. Angie, I said yes right away when to join this collaboration or this powerful anthology. So even though I'm an introvert, but I feel the need to also share my story because we have all stories to tell, just like what Sonia mentioned earlier, right? And yeah, it can be hard to be vulnerable and share your story, but I believe that it will be worth it. And I'm also doing this for myself. So I want to grab this opportunity to thank all my clients for all your support, especially to Pelly. So I love you so much, and to my family and friends who've been supporting me in this journey. So thank you so much for that. So for those who are listening or who are watching this right now, if you're someone who needed help with in terms of social media branding marketing, you can feel free to reach out, and I'm going to give you a free consultation call. Just grab a copy in Amazon, okay? Grab a copy of More Than a Conqueror anthology, because I strongly believe it's going to be life changing. And yeah, my message to you is that whether you are struggling with depression or just feeling down and out, it's really important to remember that you are not alone. Okay, and there are people who want to help you. There is no shame in getting help, and it's never too late to make a change, and it's never too early as well. So I believe that I want to remind you that no matter what you're going through, you're stronger than you think. You are more than a conqueror. Every day can be a struggle, but every day also can be an opportunity to learn and get through whatever it is that is in front of you. So you are more than the challenges you face. You are more than the obstacles life puts in your way. And if you want something badly enough, there's always a way to make it happen. Okay, so there are no limitations on what you can achieve if you just set your mind into it. So you just have to decide where you want to be and then figure out how to get there. And just remember to keep the faith, hope, and most of all, love in your heart. And of course, don't forget to take action. Taking action is so important. And with God's help, you will get there. Thank you, Dr. Angie.
Wow, thank you, May. Oh my goodness, I should have just given you a half hour so you could just go ahead and take care of this because you had that down pat, girl. Thank you so much. You did an awesome job. Awesome, awesome job. I
Thank
have a
you.
few
Thank you,
comments
Dr.
for you.
Angie. Yes. And to
Wow. Let's see.
all the Filipinos watching right now, because I'm in the Philippines, I'm a Filipina. So I just want to say good morning in our language, if that's okay. So to
Absolutely.
all the Filipinos, magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. So that's in Tagalog. Maayong buntag in Bisaya, and madayaw na timprano in Kamayo. So we have many languages, Dr. Angie. So
Wow. Good morning. That's all I got for you.
good
Good morning.
morning, world.
Oh, that's
Yes.
awesome.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much for this opportunity. I'm so grateful to be part of this
Absolutely.
amazing
Let me
project.
just let you know, so you're getting some really good comments here. I just want to share with you real quick. Pelly says, I'm grateful and blessed to be on this journey with you. Thank you. Jody says, thank you so much for sharing your story. Tion says, I'm an introvert too. Can you tell? And guess what? I'm an introvert too, May. So we have that in common. Awesome. So then
There are
Pelly
many
says,
introverts in the room.
yes, yes. We try to hide behind this computer thing and make it seem like we're not. But but like you said, there are no limitations if you're just willing to do what it takes. Tion says, thanking God for the opportunity to share this amazing stage and listen to each of you. Wow, I'm inspired. I love that. Love that. Jody says,
Thank
so
you.
well said, May. Dr. John says, awesome. Awesome. All right. Good morning. Good morning. So, and Jody says she's an introvert too. So we're not alone, May. We got some team
I'm not
members, we
alone.
got some family members. So we're going to be okay because we are more than
A conqueror. More than a conqueror.
conquerors. I thought you was going to leave me hanging there for a second.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, May. We appreciate you. And again, your transparency, your vulnerability have been just simply courageous and bold. And I'm so proud to be on this journey with you. And I'm looking forward to the many other books that you have in you. You got lots of books in you, girl. I'm ready to hear those books. So let's bring them forth. It's pleasure, such a pleasure to get a chance to know your story.
All the glory.
And yes, to God be the glory, absolutely. And as we speaking of to God be the glory that on Amazon.com we can get this ebook called More Than a Conqueror for $1.99. That is a blessing. So please head on over to Amazon.com and pick up your copy of this ebook. It will be a blessing. Thank you so much, May. You are amazing. Take care.
You're welcome, Dr. G. Thank you so much for having me.
You are quite welcome. So that's going to bring us to another one of our authors, and her name is Vanessa Simmons. Hey, Vanessa, how are you, darling?
Thank you so much for having me. I am doing well. I'm doing well. I'm so excited about this book launch. I think it's amazing. We have so many conquerors in the house, right?
Absolutely.
And we're all
Conquerors
here
in
to
the
share our
house.
stories.
Woo,
Conquerors
woo.
in the house. We're here to share our stories and show others that they can be a conqueror too, you know.
Absolutely.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you so much. And since you got the party started already, I'm just going to pull on back and let you jump in, tell our audience who you are and what your chapter is and what you're all about, all that good stuff. Help us to understand Miss Vanessa Simmons.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And thank you for giving me the stage. I want to say that, number one, know that you are special. There's something within you that was created to shine in this world. And it's your job. It's your responsibility to discover what it is so that you can shine your light on the entire world through your gift. My name is Vanessa Simmons. I am a photographer, a coach, an author, obviously. And more than anything, I consider myself to be a child of the Most High God. I know that I was created and put here during this particular time, in this particular point in time, to really inspire and encourage and support other women and also men, to help them to really find out, who am I, right? When you start to ask those questions, who am I and why am I here? And what is my purpose here? I believe that I was put here according to my story, all of the traumatic things that I've experienced and overcome and conquered. These have given me the opportunity to be able to share my story, that it might spark something in you and help you to see that you can also overcome your circumstances and overcome your situation so that you can also conquer those experiences. About 3 years ago, it was that I was at the peak of my career as a photographer. I was making more money than I ever could have imagined. And I got into my hotel room one night as I was shooting in another city for a government agency. And I looked out the window and it was the most beautiful scene. The cars were driving by, the lights were shining, and I was on like the 15th floor. I looked out the window and I was just like, this is it. This is where I'm supposed to be. And after a few seconds, that feeling just faded away. And I couldn't understand. I was asking myself, isn't this supposed to feel different? Isn't this supposed to feel better? I knew that I was there for a reason. I knew I had a job to do. But that moment would forever change my life. When I came home, I was concerned about what did that mean? What did it mean that I couldn't feel the excitement and the fire that I thought would be lit ablaze in that particular moment in my life? And so I started to do some research within myself. I started going within every morning. I started waking up early. I started journaling. I started meditating. I started really just looking within myself and asking myself these questions. Who am I? Where am I going? What is my purpose? Why am I here? And these questions would be the foundation of what was laid during the last 3 years, where I was able to become a speaker and speak on a stage that was represented by Les Brown himself, to become a coach where I was able to really encourage a lot of Black mothers to understand that if they just focus on their vision and they get in alignment, get in position with that vision, that they can accomplish anything. They can reach their dreams. And now to be able to be an author, this is the biggest thing I've ever wanted to do in my entire life. You know, there's been times where I've started documents on Google Drive, and I'll start it and I'll just leave it there, right? And it'll sit there for years. And I'm wondering, when is this ever going to change? Well, I want to tell you the answer to your dreams, that the change that is necessary is in you. You have to make that decision to turn around and walk in the other direction, the direction toward your dreams, the direction that is going to light your path on fire. I promise you, you cannot even deny the fact that whatever is in you, it keeps coming up, right? It's in the back of your mind and it keeps coming up and it keeps coming up. But the reality is, when you focus on it, when you say, all right, tunnel vision, I'm not focusing on anything else until I get to this goal, until I reach this dream, that is when everything begins to change. And so I'm here today because I want to encourage you to know that your dreams are possible. My chapter is called Be Filled with Faith Again. And it's all about where last year I experienced a near-death experience with COVID-19. And I was on the brink of just dwelling in fear. I wanted to write the book that I'm writing now. I wanted to write it last year, and I was so afraid. I was worried about the how. I was trying to figure out the when. And at the end of the day, the fear crippled me, and it put me on my back in my bed with COVID-19. And it's still to this day, the moment that my children are able to look back and say, yeah, Mom, remember the time that you almost died? This was in our home. This was something that we were not in the hospital. We were in our home. So it's near and dear to my heart. But I made a decision while I was on that bed. I knew that if I could just muster up the faith and be filled with that faith again, that I could turn my situation around. And now 1 year later, I am honored and grateful to sit before you and say, I am filled with faith again. And it's time for you to be filled with faith again too, so you can achieve your dreams.
Wow, 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 wow. That was a whole mouthful and then some. And it was very heartfelt. Thank you for sharing that story with us. Thank you for being.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Vanessa, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you, Dr. John?
I am doing okay. I was behind the scenes while Dr. Angie was doing her thing. She had a technical difficulty, and like all good spouses and partners supposed to do, I jumped in.
That's okay. That's all right.
Listen, I was working the platform, putting the comments on the screen, and all I kept seeing was the fire ones and the yes and the wow and the fire emoji. You
Thank you.
were awesome. You were excellent. And your passion shone through. And I can't wait for people to read the words of your book and align it with the passion of your voice. So thank you so much for being a part of this, and thank you so much for the energy, because
Okay,
you're the
thank
final
you.
of the authors, and
Okay.
and the closeout energy was fantastic. And I'm gonna bring Dr. Angie in
Okay.
here. We're gonna tag team for a
Oh,
minute.
I was still talking. I didn't even know I got
Yeah,
dropped out.
you
I was going
because
in.
you could go like yakking.
And
That's
I like
why.
where you are. You just sit down nice and low where I can handle things.
Okay, okay, me and you gonna talk afterwards. But Vanessa, thank you so much for the closeout energy, and thank you so much for your heart, and thank you so much for your vulnerability. And and I was listening to you speak, and last year my
Yes.
wife had a near-death experience
Yes.
and almost lost her to Legionnaire's disease. And thinking about your words, nothing's uncommon to man, as the Bible says. And we have to realize that we have to turn up our empathy meter, because people are dealing with some of the same things we're dealing with. And it just shows us that life is no joke. Life is not life plays no games with us. Life is not fair simply because we got goals and good intentions. It is not. Embrace the moment. And Vanessa, it sounds like you are embracing your moment. So you do your thing, and I'm looking forward to your solo project. Matter of fact, one of the things that my wife said earlier, that we're talking about this anthology launch, but it's not just about that. The macro picture is that we're talking about the thing that we're putting out to the universe for the greater good and God's glory. So I want you to talk about your solo
So
work.
my
Tell us
solo book
about
that's
that.
coming out is called Latch the Gap: Breaking Barriers to Build Bridges Within. And this book is, as I tell Dr. Angie, it is my 15-year-old overdue baby that needed to be born a long, long time ago. But the beautiful thing about this overdue baby is that over time, I was able to learn about myself and learn and have experiences that I could include in this book to give people the bigger picture instead of just giving them a portion of my life at that time. And it made me start to think about how all of the ways in life that we want to see something happen, the one key thing that's usually missing when it doesn't happen for us is alignment. And alignment is in everything, right? Alignment is, you can think about your spine and your body structure and the way that you're aligned. You can think about how a mother feeds her baby and how they have to be in a certain position to actually be aligned. You can think about wheels on a car and how if one is not in alignment, all the other ones run down, right? Alignment is in everything. And so this book actually helped me to see and gave me the passion to speak a message of helping people to close the gaps that are keeping them from being in alignment with who they really are, right? Because you were born to become whole. You were born to become one, right? So if you're over here thinking one thing and then you're over here doing another thing, there's a gap. There's a gap of what needs to be done to make yourself become whole. And so my goal with this book is really to help people to see my triumph over intergenerational trauma, being a first generation Ghanaian American, learning life here in this country, but always hearing stories about where my parents were from and never being there, right? Never growing up there. And really all of the ways that I had to close the gap and become one with my source, the Most High God. I was able to find out that alignment is only ever really found in Him. And so it was a beautiful experience. I mean, I would tell you all about it, but the book is coming soon. I want you to be excited for it. I don't want to give you spoilers, but it's all about alignment. And the freebie that I'm giving out, if you go to bit.ly/latch the gap book, you can get my it's like a 15-page PDF on 10 steps to get in alignment with your life assignment. Okay. And so I break down alignment very clearly in that PDF. And then that is kind of like something to kind of get you excited about what's to come in this book, because the book is my story. And it's really my story up until this point, the last 40 years of my life. So, you know, it's documented in a way that you can see where I had to make those decisions of something. I knew that something was not connecting, and something over here was not connecting, and I had to make a decision to bring it all together. And now that's where I stand, and I stand in that faith. I stand in that power of who I really and truly am. And it's a beautiful, beautiful place to be. Everyone deserves to be in that place. So I hope people will get the PDF. It'll give you access to get the link to buy the book first. And after that, you can also get the book when it's out as well. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for this platform. Thank you for having me be a part of this anthology. It's been amazing. I can't wait to read everyone's stories. It's just been phenomenal. Thank you so much.
Amen. You are welcome. And I will say that this book is filled with conquerors. You guys are conquerors. You know, it takes a brave soul to tell the world what you've faced down, because most people try to hide it and most people run from it. But you know what? It's the strength that you've shown through adversity that makes you who you really are. And it's that strength that resonates with people. And that's, you know, my theology professor said the soul rejoices at what it already knows. When people connect with people who they know are authentic, who have gone through something and they're authentic, authentic in their empathy, people will be drawn to you. And we are called to draw the world to hope, inspiration, and purpose. So Vanessa, thank you for your part in this. Thank you for your part in this project and in this story that is going to impact so many lives. I am truly happy that God put us all together for a purpose and a project that's going to be a blessing to somebody's life. Somebody's going to read this and say, okay, they made it, so
That's
can I.
awesome.
And that's the best I can
Yes,
ask.
yes. Thank
They
you
made
so
it.
much,
So
Vanessa. You know, we get a chance to work together closely on your upcoming book. And as we're doing that, I'm learning so much. And I just want you to know that I appreciate the value that you are putting into the universe. That alignment piece is so key and crucial. We have to be in alignment. Thank you for pointing that out. Thank you for taking time to be vulnerable, time to be transparent, time to actually help people to see the importance of transforming, moving away from that lost place to that place where they can find that they close that gap, because that gap can be a crater. It can be one of those things that somebody falls in and they lose and they never come back out. So thank you for talking about latching the gap. That's the awesome thing. And then also thank you for sharing your story of triumph over COVID-19, because I know that was a challenging one. And you know, you're just a wonderful person to really keep it real for people. And part of it is knowing the importance and the beauty of breastfeeding. Now, I know that came out of left field, but that's what that's what you do. You do latch the gap because it's a play on normalizing breastfeeding. Now,
No, dads are welcome.
You need me to step out for a
Dads
second?
are welcome.
that creates a problem. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm the founder of the Normalized Breastfeeding Movement. This is a worldwide movement, and I've been the founder for the last almost 9 years. And all we're doing is, you know, helping people to see that this is normal, right? This is God-given. This is the way that mammals feed their babies. It's not just humans, right? All mammals feed their babies in this way, right? And so the interesting thing was the way that the Most High gave me the visual. This was long ago. This was years ago, couple years ago. He told me, you need to latch on to my word. He used my experience as a certified lactation educator and counselor to show me how to get closer to him. You need to latch on to my word, right? Because when a baby latches on to the mother, There's no space between the mother and the baby. It's tight.
It's right.
It's right, right?
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I want to just thank you once again. We are going to go ahead and move forward because we have to be respectful of everybody's time. Thank you, Vanessa. Dr. John, I'm not going to interview you because you have this and you got about 10 minutes to make it happen. So he took himself away by accident, I think.
He's going. He's getting ready. Take a deep breath, Dr. John.
But while we're doing that, let me just read a couple of comments to you.
Okay.
Yashika says, this is going to be an amazing movement starting with this book. Congratulations, everyone. You all are amazing with powerful stories that the world needs to read. Pelly says, I love you, Sister Vanessa Simmons. Yashika says, powerful. Tion says, amen. Jody says, love alignment with your life assignment. Oh, love it, love it, love it. Alignment with your life assignment. Good stuff, good stuff. And then Yashika says, you carried that baby a long time. She's grown now. Awesome. 15 years, that's a long time to carry that baby. And Tion's laughing at me because I was going in all by myself. Okay, Tion, you had to clean that out. Really? Really? I thought you was my brother. All right. All right. I'm going to be quiet now. Vanessa, thanks again. Take care. And Doc, come on in and let us hear what you got for us.
Hey, hon, what's going on?
Hi, how are you?
First of all, let me just say you did a wonderful, wonderful job of facilitating this summit, this author summit. Kudos to you.
I'm learning from the best.
And let me say something, family. My lovely wife, Dr. Angie, is the glue that makes everything sticks. She is the engine that makes everything go with Honest Expressions and all the publishing and all the anthology. She is that person. Her gift is writing. She is a writer's writer. Her gift is writing and taking your thoughts and putting them in the words that just touch the soul. So, sweetie, you did your thing.
Thank you so much.
You did your thing.
Learning from you.
Oh my goodness. No, I'm learning from you, sweetie. You did your thing.
That's why we carry the same last name. Kelly says, I love you both so much. And yes, she did that.
You did that. Yes, you did that. You know, and I'm just so proud of you. I'm proud of you because you made the decision after you needed that experience to walk in your purpose of honing your craft and putting people out there with their stories and you helping them do that. And you've committed to that. And it's so good. This is the manifestation of that. And this is, listen, I always tell people we just getting started. We just getting started. Amen. So for all your publishing needs, Honest Expressions is here and it's the Dr. Angie show. I might be going to do all that yakking, but truly, Dr. Angie is a genius in the writing craft. She really is.
Thank you, sweetheart. So between your speaking, your gift is speaking, and my gift is writing, I think we can bring some stories to the world, right? We can bring these legacies to life, right?
Absolutely.
We, they say purpose driven. I'm going to say legacy driven. We are doing the legacy thing. We're helping people create.
What are you leaving? What are you leaving?
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, sweetie, I want to talk about that for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna come back on. I got a message for folks, and I just want to it's been in my spirit all day long, and I just want to just share this with. So I will be right back.
All right, do your thing.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you doing? First of all, I just want to thank all of you for showing love and getting the book. Tion, you brought that fire, boy. You brought that fire. I need y'all to run to Amazon, click the links that I've been putting in there for the past hour and a half, almost 2 hours. Go to Amazon and spend that $1.99. Stop playing. Make sure you represent. We are going to hit that Amazon bestseller status, and we're going to thank you in advance for helping us get there. So I just want to just thank you for the support. Thank you for the shout outs. Thank you for the love. Thank you for every author. Every one of you. I thank you so much for. I was reading the stories as Dr. Angie was compiling everything, and I was just like, wow. All I could say was wow. Like Sonia was saying, You know, people see the smile on your face, but they have no idea. Here's my message to you guys. My message to you that was on my heart all day long is you're running out of time. You're running out of time. We are all given the same 24 hours in a day. We're all given the same 168 hours in the week. But guess what? Every day that we are blessed to wake up is another day that we're closer to the appointment that God has for us. We are running out of time. Dr. Gray, what are you talking about? Wow, why are you being so dreary? I don't want to hear that I'm running out of time, but guess what? I just want to keep it real with you. Guess what? You and I are running out of time. God gave us mandates. God gave us assignments. God gave us a to-do list. And every day we procrastinate. Every day we say, I'll get to it later. Every day we say, oh, I'll catch up to that later. You are putting your destiny on hold. You're putting your purpose on hold. And every time you put your destiny and purpose on hold, I want you to know the clock is ticking and you're running out of time. What is it that God is calling you to do? What is it that God has touched you on your shoulder and said, hey, I'm trying to get your attention? What is it that's burning inside you? Like when the Bible says it's like a fire shut up in my bones, I can't help but speak it. What is it that you know good and well you're supposed to be doing, but you letting everything else get in the way of your mandate? What is it? Now, don't get me wrong. There are people who are walking this planet who have no idea what they're supposed to do. Not only do they have no idea, they could care less about what it is they're supposed to do. You know why? Because they are not connected to their purpose like that. They just drifted along, rolling along, letting life do them, letting life dictate to them. And whatever comes, I'm just taking it day by day. Oh, well, it is what it is. But then there are some of us who the universe has picked, who God said, tag you it. I'm calling you for this specific assignment. You got your marching orders. Now what you going to do? You're on the clock. Football season's about to start. And, you know, it's a long off season because when the Super Bowl's over, it's like, oh, man, I can't wait for football season. So they give you these little things in the off season to kind of whet your appetite for football season. And one of them is the draft, the NFL draft. And I love the analogy of the NFL draft. I love what they say when they call a team and they say, you are now on the clock. And the clock winds down and you got to make a decision. And the player is picked before the time runs out. Family, you on the clock. God has picked you. He picked you. The word of God says, before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. You have been chosen. But here's what we let happen. We let the inside noise drown out our purpose. We let the outside chatter drown out our purpose. We let stress, issues, complexity, problems drown out our purpose. We let toxic folks drown out our purpose. God is saying, I'm just trying to get your attention so that you can focus on what you're here to do. One of the existential questions that man always have asked is, what am I here for? And some of us know good and well what we're here for. We're just not following the instruction. You know God told you to write that book. You know God told you to go speak to the masses. You know God told you to go back and get that degree. You know God told you to start that business. You know God told you to pour into yourself. You know God told you to pour into somebody else and edify them. But time is running out. The clock is ticking. Family, you are now on the clock. What are you going to do with the God-given gifts that you have been given? God gave you oratory. What you going to do? God gave you writing skills. What you going to do? God gave you creativity. What you going to do? Family, you're running out of time. You are now on the clock. Thank you.
Wow, that was amazing. Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much, Doc, for those words of wisdom.
Amen.
Nobody
We on
wants
the
to
clock,
follow
sweetie.
after you with all of that.
We on the clock. We are on the clock.
All right. You know, you've been getting some nice little comments from everybody. And Tion says, you know, God told you to.
Exactly.
And
You know, God. Okay.
Vanessa said, let's go.
Let's go.
All right. Bernice is in the house. And Tion says, the chosen ones. Pelly says, we're closing out with a big bang. All right. You're getting some love out there. And you told the truth. And when
and listen, and y'all know I love you. And it's listen, it's go time.
Yes.
Stop playing with your purpose. Stop playing with your purpose.
Stop playing with your purpose.
Stop playing with your
that.
purpose.
All right, give us some marching orders. Stop
fooling around with your favor. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to type this thing in one more time. I'm going to put this in the chat. I'm going to put that link in the chat. Go to Amazon and make it happen, family. Yeah. I'm going to put it in here again just in case you missed it. I'm going to put it there again.
Keep putting it in there. Bernice says, got to have that radical shift of faith to step into your purpose. Love that, Bernice. I had to take a time out so I could share that.
With your purpose. That's right.
Yes.
Amazon.
Good stuff.
There you go.
Doc, you're about 3 minutes over.
I'm about 3 minutes over. No, normally I'm getting the clock.
6:15.
I'm getting the clock. The clock.
Yeah.
I'm getting the clock.
You talk about the clock?
Come on, man.
Running out of time, dude. I just want you to know you're running out of time. That's all. I just was pointing it out to you. That's all.
All that time I was speaking, you was in the background saying he running out of time.
It has been a pleasure, privilege, and honor to do this work with you. Thank you so much for allowing God to use you in this way and for bringing us together. And I know you probably had different motivations than bringing our purpose together and all that, but I want to thank you for
you was fine as all get out when I saw you. That's okay.
Well.
Okay, and ain't no secret.
Okay. All right, you're trying to make me blush on national, global
blush
internet.
On Facebook Live. Go and do it.
Stop playing with your purpose, man. Get it done. Get it done. You're running out of time. Close us out.
All right. Listen, I want you guys to keep on posting tonight. Keep on posting. To all my conquerors out there, keep on posting, putting the link out there. Give it to people. Send them emails, send them texts. Tell them to snatch this book up. Tell them that this book is a must read. It is. It's a must read. First of all, I read it. I read it. Me and Andrew, we read it first. We know it's a must read.
Absolutely.
Trust me and believe. I know it's a must read. So, I say that unashamedly. It is a must read. So keep on working the social media, and guess what? If we do the work, God will reap. He will bring a harvest.
Yes.
If we do the work, God will reap a harvest.
Absolutely. Doc, do me a favor. I want to hear your power voice when you call out the names of the authors who have graced us with their story. Please.
Oh my goodness. First of all, I'm going to start with you, hon. I'm going to start with you, Dr. Angie Gray, for all that you have done to put this together. I want to shout out my sister.
God be the glory.
Pelly Hunkin. I'm going to say it right. Pelly Hunkin, if I said that right.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
My brother, Tion Singletary. I just want to just shout out Jody Solberg. I want to shout out Sonia Howell Barrow. I want to shout out Vanessa Simmons. I want to shout out Bernice Johnson. I want to shout out May Cervantes. I want to shout out each and every one of you.
And big shout out to you, Doc. We appreciate you. We're grateful for you. Thank you for this. This has been a wonderful journey and experience, and you have expanded our family. Thank you so much.
And I will say this to this batch of authors. There will come a day when we do More Than a Conqueror 2. And you know what I'm going to tell those authors? That y'all got some big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
That the bar has been raised and it will not be lowered. The bar has been set and it will not be lowered. Yes. This group of authors raised the bar.
Yes,
That's
yes.
all I'm going to say. They raised the bar.
Yes. Tion says, my favorite saying is like, love, care, and share, share, share.
Yes.
So please do that. Please do that. And then make sure you get your hands on your own personal copy and then get another copy and give that to somebody. All they have to do is have a live active email that they open and you can gift that to someone else. Don't forget all of the beautiful bonuses and gifts that our authors have offered to you. Please, please, please support these authors because they have supported you and they have supported you by being willing to share their story. Thank you to everyone who participated in this call with us, everyone who's listening to the replay. We just thank you. We appreciate you and we're grateful for everyone. And we know that just like parts of the body, all of these things work together. None of us can do it alone. So we thank you for your part and we just ask that you continue to do your part. Because when we do our best, he'll do the rest. And I just want to leave it with that. Doc, I want you to drop me out of the screen and then you just close us out, please, in only the way that you can do it. So thank you.
I want to close out with a prayer. Father, we thank you for who you are. We thank you for your grace. We thank you for your mercy. Father, we thank you for those trying times that almost broke us to our core. And I know that sounds kind of strange, God, to say thank you for those times. But Father, if it had not been for those moments, we wouldn't be who we are right now. Because those moments almost broke us. Those moments almost took us out. Those moments almost put us 6 feet under. They didn't. Because we are more than conquerors. And the rest of that scripture says, through him who loves us. So, Father, thank you for giving us the spirit of a conqueror. Thank you for giving us the heart of a conqueror. Because once you've conquered, you know what conquering feels like. Once you've conquered, you know what it sounds like. Once you've conquered, you know what it tastes like. And there's no going back. No weapon formed against us shall prosper because we are more than a conqueror. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful, blessed day. And go to Amazon and click that link and get your copy of More Than a Conqueror. God bless you. Take care.